Hello and welcome everyone to Silver Asset of the Day for the 7th of April 2020, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So far this week, we have seen over a 4% move to the upside for silver, breaking back above $15 per ounce. I've mentioned it before, but what you want to pay a lot of attention to right now is the gold-silver ratio, which is broken down to 108 to 1. You have to remember the gold-silver ratio broke out to all-time highs over the month of March to 125 to 1. And effectively, when the ratio breaks down, it represents silver to outperform gold. When the ratio is breaking out to the upside, this will put pressure on silver, and that's where we, of course, saw over the month of March a breakdown to 11-year lows. In fact, breaking down to $11.50. Now we're trading above $15 for silver. So we've seen some phenomenal moves here just over the last 2 or 3 weeks in the precious metals. We've seen over 7,000 point move to the upside for palladium. We've seen over a 2,000 point move for gold to the upside over the last 3 weeks, with platinum over a 700 point move as well. So we've really seen some incredible gains on the precious metals trade opportunities, particularly at the moment. If you're on lockdown, you're working from home, there's never been a better way to generate high income online, which is recession proof. And now is a fantastic opportunity to educate yourself, and particularly to learn a research-driven approach to the markets, where you're going to be taking into account data, research, cycles, what we're looking at with respect to hedge fund positions in the market, money managers, versus the newer novice traders and what they're looking out for, the mistakes that a lot of newer traders make in the markets versus what you really want to be looking at with the smart money right now, which has been, of course, seeing significant inflows into the precious metals, the safe havens. As you know, the Federal Reserve just a couple of weeks ago, they launched unlimited quantitative easing. And with that, we've seen gold, silver, platinum and palladium all have significant gains. If you combine the gains of those four metals together over the last 3 weeks, they've moved by over 100% to the upside. How long does it take to generate 100% return at the moment in a bank account or within any other industry currently? This is what we mean by trading at the moment. Is just a phenomenal opportunity right now to take advantage of, especially if you're working from home on lockdown. You've got more time to educate yourself and learn how to trade the financial market successfully. So with that said, let's get back to silver and exactly what we're looking at now as we progress during this week. We've now broken a closed above $15 per ounce. So the next real key levels I would be looking for a run up to would be the $15.50 handle, then $16 above that. Last week I was paying a lot of attention to see whether we would hold at $13.80 per ounce. We've broken out within a bull flag, a cup and handle formation for silver. I'm looking to see if we can get a bit more upside now between now and Easter. Now, one thing to bear in mind, I'm getting a lot of questions about whether you should start to look to sell short into silver and gold at these levels, because usually as you go into April and May, it is more bearish for the metals. The saying goes, sell in May and go away. I'm looking out for this, but I don't think it's time just yet. Not with the gold-silver ratio breaking down, with the significant gains that we've seen across the precious metals, and particularly that we're seeing on the futures market right now, with gold breaking out to over 7-year highs. I'm keeping a lookout for that potential after Easter. That's typically where you can start to see the metals under a bit more pressure. But of course, you've also got the intervention by the Federal Reserve, quantitative easing, which has been on unprecedented levels. And this is, of course, driving capital into safe havens such as the metals. Particularly for silver, there's very much a lack of physical silver bullion available for sale right now, and you won't get it at spot price. So with silver right now trading at $15 per ounce, you're not going to be able to buy physical silver at $15 per ounce. There's a big premium. And what we're starting to see is the spot price is catching up to the bullion prices. We've seen that, of course, with gold in a futures contract breaking out to $1,742 per ounce, as opposed to spot price, which right now is trading closer to $1,650. So there's a big disparity, but often you see that difference in price, it will close. So we'll close the gap and we'll see the spot price catch up to the futures price. So it's just something to be aware of. So again, silver over this week, I'm bullish whilst the gold silver ratio keeps breaking down. We've still got our long positions on platinum, 2 positions on gold. We've got all of those trades protected. We're up over 2,500 points on our 2 gold positions. We're up over 700 points on platinum right now. So I'm looking to manage those trades throughout this week. Bear in mind, Later in the week is Easter, so on Friday, markets will be closed and very muted overall. But then as you go into next week, it can be quite exaggerated moves in the market. Normally after Easter, the bank holiday Monday that we've got in the UK as well, can see some exaggerated moves. So I'm looking out to see whether we do start to see any weakness in the precious metals, but not until the following week. Of course, if we don't, and we just continue to see a push higher, we'll continue to manage our long positions that we've got. But I am mindful that we could be in for a correction later on in the month of April. So it's just something to have on your radar for now. But for the time being, whilst the gold silver ratio is breaking down, I'm bullish on silver. I'm looking for the next levels of $15.50 to that $16 level if we can continue this momentum higher, and keep a lookout for gold as well to see if we can get a tap towards that 1670 to 1700 level this week. We mentioned it last week. We were looking at $1,650 as the target, and we hit that on Monday. So well done again to everybody who's been able to capitalize on these moves. As always, I wish you good trading, and we'll see you back here next week for Silver Asset of the Day.